You know, this is something that I have tried to talk about before in the past, but me trying to do that ended up having that video get absolutely blasted off the face of the planet for reasons that I don't know why and don't care about why. But this is something that I want to talk about again, because the world is just becoming more and more dumb, and one thing that I'm seeing so much people say, even people who like, I have this theory in my head where I just think that, yeah, these people are like way more smarter, they wouldn't be dumb enough to fall for this, even they're saying this absolutely dumb thing. So I am here to basically throw some sense into the crowd of people. You know, I feel like a lot of people are going through psychosis, especially people inside the Western world. So let me tell you something that a lot of people used to agree upon back then, but not anymore. Okay, you being a bigot and advocated for extremely racist and homophobic things, just, you know, bigotry in general. I'm pretty sure we all know what that word means. That is not a political opinion. I have no idea how this is a normalized thought worldwide. Millions of people constantly keep on saying that you could be a person, you could full on just be the most racist human being to ever exist. All your opinions is just spreaded hatred, saying that these people don't deserve rights, these people don't deserve this, this group of people should be able to do this, and they hide behind just like the simple plain of this is 100% okay because I'm saying it's my political opinion, and that works. Like, people ended up hearing that and they just shake their head, yes, that, yes, even though this guy's literal whole method and ideology is literally just being racist, it's just his opinion, so it's fine. No, it's not. I keep on saying that as time goes by, us as a society has literally got more dumber. This is what I mean, because I hate bringing this up, but it's true. People trying to do this thing back then in 2016 wouldn't slide. Actually, people did try to do this stuff back then, as this tactic isn't even something that's new. It's a thing that people have been doing for a very long time, and it's something that didn't work on the majority of people. Yeah, it worked on some, especially extremely racist people who wants to use politics as an excuse to be racist, but the majority of people, like the average everyday person, that didn't work and they used to be able to see what they're doing. But now, because everyone in the world is absorbing high copious amount of stupid juice, this is something that for some weird reason works, and tons of people are 100% fine with it and okay with it, and that is something that's crazy to me. Crazy. And it doesn't even have to go with just people being and defended bigotry. It has to go with like so much other things too that is like controversial for just absolutely no reason. You know, another prime example of this is the situation that's currently happening in, man, my dumb self was thinking so fast that I accidentally ended up saying Palestine wrong. Usually I'll keep mistakes like that in for comedic effect, but since I'm talking about something serious, I'm not going to do that, so I'm just here to fix the mistake. You know, the genocide that's currently going on. This is a situation where tons of people will constantly keep on saying that this is controversial and it's hard and it's a thing that you shouldn't talk about because you're going to get in trouble and lose your job, which, one, if you are a content creator, this is something that's just flat out not true. Now, if you're a normal everyday person, yeah, you are in danger. There are tons of people who ended up talking about this situation and they just got completely blasted off the face of the planet and lost their job. But if you're a content creator, you're fine. There's so much content creators who basically made their whole identity talking about these situations, and their videos still get monetized and they still get sponsors. Okay, you're not suddenly gonna get blasted off the face of the planet. It's just most people don't want to bring it up because they don't have backbones. That's simply the reason why. And I know there's a lot of people right now who are currently bringing up the situation where the only reason why they're bringing it up is because now the whole world basically just came together and said what Israel's doing is extremely bad. So now tons of people are talking about it, which is something that could be a whole conversation of itself, but I'm not really going to bother with it. You know, more people talking about the situation and saying what's going on there and the absolute atrocity that's happening to the Palestinians, that's good. But that is another situation where for some weird reason, for like an extremely long time, until recently, it was like this super controversial thing where like you shouldn't go and bring it up. You know, the situation is extremely complicated, even though like the average person opinions of that is, hey, I think bombing innocent people and children are bad. That's just the simple opinion. That's the crazy controversial take. Bro, only in 2025 is truly the only time in humanity history where you can walk around and say, I think genocide is bad, and people are like, whoa, 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 you're saying something a little bit too controversial. It is just crazy. Absolutely insane to me. And this is just a thing that I am still seeing to this day, and I just generally do not understand how we have reached this level of stupidity. Anyway, I'm just ended up seeing this now because I have seen just so much creators finally gain backbones and they're talking about things that ended up happening. More people are finally talking about the rise of racism that is going on. There are a lot more people who are finally talking about the atrocities and horrifying things that Israel is doing to the Palestinian people. And every time people talk about it, you always have tons of comments and people saying that you shouldn't get into this. And what you're saying is something extremely controversial, even though I'm like, bro, how? How is saying that, oh, I think racism is actually bad? That's controversial. Be careful. You don't want to do that. Or how is saying, oh, I just don't want kids to starve to death or get killed is bad? Insane. Insane. We live in a goofy timeline. Anyway, that's it. After this, I'm going to go back to my regular schedule content. My next Uma Musume tier list is going to be out soon. I probably want to get it around, I'll say around this month. I wanted to get it out, so that's going to be made. But yeah, that's something I got to go and yap about. Anyway, that's it. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.